The whole education system of India is ruined. Produces nothing but mechanical pieces of shit. Between 2019 and 2025, Adani's wealth grew by 625%. 67% of India's unemployed are graduates or postgraduates. So why does this keep happening? The most dangerous thing about this country is not corruption. It's how quickly the people of this country adjust to corruption. A leaked exam becomes normal, a riot becomes normal, politician with rape charges becomes normal, a student hanging from a hostel fan becomes normal, and once a population accepts insanity as a normal activity, it can be ruled forever. On May 3rd, 2026, 2.27 million students sat for NEET. The exam was cancelled 9 days later. The actual paper had been pre-circulated. The NTA insiders were arrested. A chemistry professor from Pune was running private classes where he dictated the exam questions out loud to the paying students. This has happened more than 90 times in the last decade. For years, India's examination system is trapped in the same cycle. Be it CBSE, NTA or any other, a leak, an investigation, a few arrests, public outrage, then silence. And a few months later, it happens again. And the worst part is, the authorities don't accept their mistakes until a pressure is built up upon them. For example, the CBSE Nature Road, the most perfidious way of harming a cause, consists of defending it deliberately with faulty arguments. The government doesn't even bother with faulty arguments anymore. In 2022, 15 students died by suicide in Kota. In 23, the number rose to 26, the highest ever recorded. And now just think about the deaths which were unrecorded. In 24, 17 more students died, and in 25, deaths continued, with at least 14 reported within the first few months. Behind every number was a teenager who came carrying a dream and left as statistic. These are not mental statistics. The whole education system of India is ruined, is worthless, produces nothing but mechanical pieces of shit. You don't have to use your brain. All you have to do is sit down like a mechanical robot and just mug up everything. Like your life has no value, your hobbies, your passion, your interest, nothing has any value. These are the costs of running corrupt examination system. Every number is a family that sold land so that their child could sit for a paper that was already sold and was already in someone else's hand in Pune. Now let's name who runs this country while your paper are being sold. In 2024, 250 out of 543 newly elected MPs declared criminal charges. Approximately 170 face charges of rape, murder, kidnapping, the most criminalized parliament in history. A candidate with a criminal record has 15.3% chance to win. A clean candidate has only 4.4% chance. In India, crime is an electoral asset. The politicians are uneducated, illiterate people, corrupt, selfish, disgusting, have no knowledge. They don't care a shit about the civilians, the people of the country. Unqualified. Plato, one of the most famous Western philosophers, said the price good men pay for indifference to public affairs is to be ruled by evil men. We put that line in philosophy textbooks. We never once looked in the mirror. According to a 2025 report by the Center for Study of Society, a procession enters a neighborhood. A slogan is shouted. Rumors spread. A stone is thrown. And within hours, entire community are pulled into violence they never chose. They are not failing to prevent these, they are scheduling them. Not just BJP government, but the government altogether. Now let's talk about the money. Between 2019 and 2025, Adani's wealth grew by 625%. The combined wealth of Adani, Ambani, Jindal, Mittal and Adar grew by 400%. Researchers now call this billionaire Raj. More unequal than British Raj. More unequal than the people who colonized this country for 200 years. In Singrauli, Madhya Pradesh, Adani began clearing trees across 5 villages without legal clearance, without Gram Sabha consent, in direct violation to the Forest Rights Act. And there are countless number of cases like these. Marx wrote, the oppressed are allowed once every few years to decide which particular representatives of the oppressing class are to represent and repress them. You can debate Marx, but you cannot debate the actual statistics. You cannot debate 625%. 67% of India's unemployed are graduates or postgraduates. 46,000 graduates applied for sanitation jobs in Haryana. 2 out of every 5 IIT graduates in 2024 were unplaced. You did everything right. You studied, you sacrificed, you compressed your entire personality into a rank. So why does this keep happening even when the faces change? UPA, NDA, AAP, TMC, the leak happens again, the riots happen again, the forests disappear again. Because the core problem is not the politician. The politician is just a symptom. The problem is the civilization that has, for centuries, confused power with virtue. Caste is not history. Caste is the algorithm that decides whose child gets the seat when the paper doesn't leak. Religion, as wielded by these men, is not faith. It is the most sophisticated crowd control strategy ever invented. I would like to quote J. Krishnamurti here. When you call yourself an Indian or a Muslim or a Christian, you are being violent. You are separating yourself from the rest of the mankind. He said this in 1960, and in 2024 we had 59 communal riots. We have learned nothing, or someone just made sure we didn't. What do you actually do? Not vote better, not be the change. Those were designed to make you feel responsible for a problem that they built. The real answer is this: you have to become someone who cannot be used. The entire machine runs on one fuel: your fear, your emptiness, your need for the system to tell you that your life has meaning. The man who votes for a murderer because the murderer promises to protect him from other religion is not evil. He is terrified, and a terrified, empty human being is the most governable creature in this earth. The Bhagavad Gita doesn't say just sit down and tolerate. It says act, but act without your identity tied to an outcome. Because the moment your sense of self depends on whether you win, they own you. They can threaten the win, they can buy it, they can delay it. What they cannot buy is a person who acts from clarity rather than hunger. That person is ungovernable, cannot be bribed, cannot be inflamed by a manufactured riot because they already know who they are. That person is the only person who has ever changed anything. Your job is to stop being a perfect tool and a raw material for their machine. Build something true in the rubble with full knowledge of what this place is.